and see him, don't stay here. But he is not listening because he had so much of bhakti for him and care for him and love for him. So he's not leaving. He's not coming down. So they feel that at particular time he will realize that it is a stone and he'll come one day, like that they felt, and then they went away. So this is after the dream, the 𝐶𝐻𝐿 comes the next day. As instructed by Lord Shiva, he is hiding behind the tree to see the fun. This guy, Tindan, comes again with the meat, with the water in his mouth, and some with flowers and other things. He climbs up the hill and he is removing the flowers, whatever offered by 𝐶𝐻𝐿 on the lingam. With his chappal, he is removing. 𝐶𝐻𝐿 was boiling with anger. Still, he can't do anything because for the reason that Lord has instructed him not to act immediately. So he is waiting. In the meanwhile, he is pouring his water from his mouth, giving him a bath. He offers flowers, and he was about to give the meat for Naivedyam. That time he is noting, Tindan is noting, from the left eye of that stone, blood is oozing out. When blood is oozing out, he was shocked. He was stunned. Immediately he says, what's happening? That time the Asariri says that something is wrong in my eyes. In my left eye I feel. Then immediately he realizes it must be the god. Then finally he removes his left eye with the hunting weapon and places on the left eye of the idol. Immediately the blood drooping down stops. So he was so happy. Then when he was about to offer the Naivedyam, that is the meat, again from the right eye, it is oozing out. So now he is asking what exactly is happening. Now there is no Asariri giving him the answer. The Lord is not answering him at all now. He wants to see what exactly he is doing. So he is not answering. That is how the bhakti is proved every time in the Sanatana Dharma. So he is not guided by God now. Then he realizes that when the left eye could be repaired that way, why not the right eye? So immediately he was about to take his right eye, but he needs a marker on the linga, right? Because if he is taking the right eye, where will he keep? So what he does, he takes his right leg thumb and keep it as a marker on the lingam, and then he was about to take his right eye. Immediately the Lord comes in Vrishabha Vahanam along with Parvati, and he says that, Tinnappa, stop. Tinna, stop. Stop. Now, stop. Immediately he could see the god. Then immediately he stopped. Then he says that time he is asking 𝐶𝐻𝐿 to come out. 𝐶𝐻𝐿 comes. Then he says that, did you see his bhakti? He was about to give both his eyes to me. In bhakti means the pure shraddha and bhakti. This is the bhakti. Not that every time you come and do the puja, worship or whatever it is. That is all also puja, for which also the reward will come. But this is something unique. So I could not stop here. That's why I called him not Tinna, I called him first. Then I said Kannappa, means Appa in Tamil means dad. Means he called him dad. Kan, because he gave the kan in the sense I he could donate, and that is the reason the name Kannappa. Immediately, that is a thing in the Sanatana Dharma. If you see, in all the 63 Nayanmars, he is the only man who was called by Lord Shiva as Kannappa. There was another lady who was called as Ammayar. Ammayar in the sense mom. That is mom. That is Karaikal Ammayar. About her we will learn some other time. So this is the thing which made 𝐶𝐻𝐿 comes and then saying that for more than 15, 16 years I am doing my puja. But whereas 10, 15 days alone he had done some service to you like this, and you are taking him away. Then Lord says that, which is bhakti? You tell me. I felt this is more relevant bhakti to me. So I felt like calling him my dad. I'm calling him Kannappa. Do you understand? So that's the reason. Your time also will come. I will take you aboard. Don't worry about it. Like that, he says. So that is the story of Kannappa. So the Sanatana Dharmam, the bhakti is something very, very great, and people should understand that. Hope you people have enjoyed this particular story.
Excellent,
Thank you, friends.
excellent, Akka. Excellent, excellent.
Excellent. This story, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Grateful to you. And one of the reasons I love anything to do with bhakti is I feel somewhere down the line when we are children, the reason rituals are taught to us is to lead us to bhakti. Rituals, customs, that is my personal view. And eventually we need to submerge with the Lord, with God. And bhakti is that bridge, And somewhere down the line, what has happened with us is many of us, especially with the social media, we have gotten away from that fact. We have gotten uh, engrossed in what is the right ritual, wrong ritual, etc. But the story of the 63 Nayanmars is that bhakti is more important, and they came from different background. So I hope everybody enjoyed the story, and uh, in the days to come, okay, we in the days to come, we would be taking many stories such from the south and also from the north. Thank you so much, Induji. You're most
Okay.
welcome to join us again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Satyanarayan all yours.
Let others talk, sir. I have already told two stories.
No,
Okay. Today, you want, okay. Pranams to my gurus. Om Namah Shivaya. Today, I am going to tell a small story about Nandanar. Nandanar is one among the 63 Nayanars. Actually, there are 71 Nayanars, okay? But 63 is sung in the Periya Purana, that's all. This Nandanar is one among the 63 Nayanmars. Okay. He took birth in the Adanur in near Tanjavur, which is on the bank of river Kolidam. Okay. He took birth in the Pulasya caste. Pulasya caste means they do agriculture as well as this leather, animal leather, they used to make instruments, drums and other things, no other instruments, drumming instrument, the percussion instrument they used to make, and they used to supply it to the temples. Okay, it is like this. But the caste is an outcast. They cannot enter the temple. At that time, apartheid was in vogue. Okay. Okay. They cannot enter the temple. They can only stand outside the temple and pray the Lord. Okay. Tinnan was very, very devoted to Lord Shiva. And one day he will go to Sivalokanatha temple in Sivalokanatha temple in the Tirupungur. Okay. He stood outside the temple and prayed Lord Shiva. Since Nandi was hiding, he was standing in the middle, he was unable to see Lord Shiva, Shivaling. Lord Shiva ordered Nandi to move away so that Nandanar can see Shivalinga. Even the Nandi also moved to certain amount so that the Nandanar can visualize the Shivaling. Even now, the Nandi is being tilted. Okay, it is like this. And after coming away out of the temple, he dug a pond which is used by the temple. Okay. But he visited many temples, and outside the temple, he used to stand and he used to pray the Lord. He is very much interested to go to Tillayambadi. Tillayambadi means Chidambaram. Okay. Daily he used to tell everybody, tomorrow I am going to Chidambaram, tomorrow I am going to Chidambaram. But he does not have money, or his owner, no, he is having some work, so he is unable to go. So they used to call him Tirunalai Pawar. Tirunalai Pawar means tomorrow he will go, tomorrow he will go. Daily he used to tell, tomorrow I will be going to Chidambaram, tomorrow I will be going to Chidambaram, like this. One day, simply he gathered strength and he walked. On those days, they have to walk from his place to Chidambaram. They have to walk for a few weeks or 15 or 20 days. They have to walk to go to Chidambaram. Okay. He will walk and he will go to Chidambaram, but he will stand outside the Chidambaram, and he will circumambulate the Chidambaram city, and he will prostrate the city, but he will not enter. He will fear that Brahmins are doing many homam. I am not able to do any homam. How can I enter the Chidambaram city? Okay. He will be thinking like this for 3 or 4 days. He will be staying outside the Chidambaram, but he will not even step inside the Chidambaram. One night, in all the Brahmins' dream, Lord Shiva, all the Brahmins dream, Lord Shiva will appear and tell, you first of all, tomorrow morning you have to sacrificial fire you have to create in front of the temple. Okay. And ask this Nandanar who is standing outside the city, you invite him. He will go inside the fire and come inside my temple. Okay. Everybody was, what is this? What is it? Okay. Shiva has ordered. So they will create a big fire in front of the temple and go and call Nandanar to come. Nandanar will come. He will enter the fire and come outside having this tuft and this spoonul. Spoonul means sacred thread smeared ashes. The sacred ash smeared throughout the body, and he will directly go to Lord. He will go to the shrine and he will go up to the lingam, and Lord Shiva will hug him and he will disappear and he will become one among the Lord Shiva. He will become one among. Well, he is, you will unite with Lord Shiva. In Chidambaram, he united with Lord Shiva. From that day, Nandanar became one among the 63 Nayanmars. The moral of the story is, even there is no outcast or incaste, all these things, these caste systems, this up down, rich poor, laborer, all these things does not work. We have to remove. There are certain persons, they will love their dogs, cats, but they will insult their servants. Okay. Dogs, cats, okay. You can love dogs, cats. But first of all, we have to respect the fellow human beings. Then only comes dogs, cats, cows, or buffaloes. Okay. First of all, respect your fellow human being. This is the main thing. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Satyanarayan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate. I think it's a beautiful story for us in today's time, where we need to realize humanity, being human, is the greatest religion. And it happens in all cultures. Whatever we do today here, when we go abroad and the amount of racism we face, it's like somebody giving us our own medicine back. Okay. But thanks to that racism, it inspired one very great man, which is Mahatma Gandhi. And today we are free. So Mahatma Gandhi is great. But greater than him for me is the man who threw him out of the train and slapped him. I hope you all realize without that man, we would not be. And I tried tracing. In fact, I got the name of the person in Google. Siddesh, if you can find out the name of that man.
First person to abolish apartheid is Sage Ramanujam.
Ah, very true.
Sage Ramanujam and Saint Shankaracharya of the first
Yes.
ancient Shankaracharya and Bharatiya and this another person he abolished the sati practice. One West Bengal person, I have forgotten his
So
name.
Raja Ram Mohan Rai,
Raja
sir.
Ram Mohan Rai. Raja Ram Mohan Rai. Without Raja Ram Mohan Rai, what will happen? Gandhi and all, okay, Gandhi good. He had done the final work. Bharatiya, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ramanujam, Sage Shankaracharya, all these persons, they have worked to remove the apartheid. I feel even now there is racism, casteism in a subtler manner, which is very, very poisonous.
It is
Okay,
okay. It is, if you study history, Satyanarayan and everybody, every yuga, it keeps on happening. How can we forget Sri Ram, who ate the berries which was tasted by somebody else?
yes.
It's names are important, no doubt, but God always comes and teaches us in various forms. Okay. Any which ways, thank you so much for a beautiful story. I'm not going to let you go. Okay, I'm going to get one more story out of you. Okay, but very important. Okay, Lipicina, yesterday I know we couldn't this thing, Jay Mehta, and anybody who wants to, please communicate on private messaging. We have to finish. We are live on YouTube. So my request, Lipicina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Lipi,
Wait,
go ahead.
Should I start?
Yes, some your audio is having.
Yeah. Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay. So today I will be narrating a very powerful episode from the Rudra Samhita of Shiva Puran.
Lippy, unmute yourself, please.
Hi. So here goes. I'll be narrating a very powerful episode from the Rudra Samhita of the Shiva Puran, and this story is of Gajasur. And in this story, we see how even a fierce enemy ultimately attains grace towards the end. So long ago, when we all know about the demon Mahishasur and he was killed by Ma Durga. So long ago, when the demon Mahishasur was killed by Ma Durga, everybody rejoiced. But Mahishasur had a son. He was Gajasur, and he was very angry that his father had been killed. And he carried that resentment within him. He was determined to avenge his father, and he did exactly what every Asura in our scriptures do. He did intense penance. Interestingly, he did not worship Shiva, he meditated upon Brahma. Standing in a valley, he stood in a valley in the Himalayas. He performed severe austerities. He stood on the tips of his toes, arms raised, eyes fixed up on the sky. His penance was so fierce that fire seemed to rise from his head. And the heat that was being generated disturbed the entire cosmos. The rivers trembled, the earth shook, the heavens felt scorched, and the gods were unable to bear it. So every god approached Brahma and they pleaded for relief. They said that what they had been going through and they pleaded for relief. Brahmaji appeared before Gajasur and he asked him to choose a boon. Now, Gajasur was very clever. What he asked Brahmaji, again, like every Asur, he was very clever. So, what he asked Brahmaji was for a boon that he should not be killed by any man or woman driven by lust. He also asked that he should be invincible to the gods and enjoy unlimited prosperity. And Brahmaji granted the boon. So now Gajasur was very empowered and nearly invincible, and he conquered the three worlds. He defeated gods, humans, celestial beings, everybody. He occupied Indra's throne. He ruled with arrogance, and he had not conquered his senses. So naturally, his desires only grew stronger. And there was a lot of pride inside him. He began harassing the sages and the righteous people, and he ensured that dharma went to its decline. Eventually, in all his arrogance, he marched towards Kashi, which we all know is the sacred city of Lord Shiva. Now, his arrival naturally created a lot of panic, and the residents started crying out for protection. The gods who had already suffered at his hands, they went straight to Shiva and begged him to intervene. So Lord Shiva did not delay, and he quickly took up his trident and he went to confront Gajasur. There was a tremendous battle. Both of them roared loudly. Gajasur attacked Shiva with powerful weapons, but Shiva, being Shiva, he effortlessly shattered them midair. And Gajasur was enraged because all of his weapons were being shattered. He was enraged. He charged forward with a sword. He had full confidence that no ordinary being, no, he had been granted the boon that no god or any being would be able to kill him. Just a moment, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Um, Sorry again. But we all know that Shiva was no ordinary being. And recognizing that this was the moment when Gajasur was charging towards him with the sword drawn in the air, Shiva struck him with the trident, which pierced through Gajasur's massive body, of course. And here is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Instead of cursing or resisting, Gajasur's pride dissolved. And when he was pierced by the trident, he kind of experienced clarity. He began praising Shiva. He sang songs of devotion, acknowledging that dying at Shiva's hands was not defeat, but actually honor. And he said that Shiva was supreme. And then he made a very remarkable and surprising request. He said to Shiva, he said, "O Lord, if you are pleased with me, wear my hide as your garment. Let it become your ornament, and grant that your name be known as 𝐾𝐬𝐿, the one clad in elephant hide." And Shiva, again, we know he's easily pleased. He's Bholenath, so he's easily pleased. He's deeply compassionate towards everybody who has surrendered, and he agreed. But what Shiva granted was even greater. He declared that Gajasur's purified body would become a sacred linga in Kashi named 𝐾𝐬𝐿, a place that would grant liberation to devotees. So Shiva wore the elephant hide, earning the name of 𝐾𝐬𝐿, and Gajasur, who was once a terror to the worlds, he attained salvation. So, one second. So the deeper message here is worth reflecting on. We see that in this story, we see that power without control leads to downfall and boons. And we see this across every story, in every scripture, that boons cannot protect someone who has not mastered their ego. So, however, in this story, what is important is even at the final moment, sincere surrender has the power to transform everything. And in this story, Gajasur moves from arrogance to devotion, and that shift towards the end also, but that shift granted him liberation. So that's the end of the story. Thank you, sir, and thanks everybody.
Thank you so much, Saptarishis. Gappu, we call her Gappu. in our team.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, beta. Okay. What I believe, such stories make our chakras open up. Bhakti opens our chakras. Stories open our chakra with inner realization. That inner realization gets more benefited when we contemplate and when that story comes within us. Everybody understand? Okay. For example, I'm a Bhakt of Sai Baba also. Okay. And there are some very beautiful stories of Sai Baba which actually open up. Okay. Many of us become bhakts of a god or a deity or a yogi. We love that, but we don't imbibe it in our life. It is only when you imbibe these stories. Why do these stories happen? Okay. I want to say one story of Lord Krishna. Okay. And people will say, oh no, it is Shivratri. Okay. So why should we talk about Lord Krishna? I'm a sucker for humanity. My above everything is how human you are. What's the strength of your soul? I believe, okay, when you especially read Conversations with God, etc., and all that, and cryon channelings and all that, you realize that this is just a play for your six Shadripus to go up. Okay, we'll be having Satish Menanji here very soon. But thank you, Lipi. But these six Shadripus, how do you do that? It's easy to love your mother, father, and your near and dear ones and your best friends. But our great stories from all our Puranas, okay, is all about forgiveness. This part has been missed, and one foreign astrologer, I'm forgetting his name, used to be young when I was young. Now I think he's grown bald now. He used to be a student of Sanjay Rath. Forgetting his name, not Vishti Larsen, another man. He has written in his book on forgiveness. Forgiveness is a trait. Let's look at it this way. How many sins each one of us have committed only in this lifetime? Forget previous 10,000 lifetimes, correct? But every time we go to temple, every time we recite a mantra or stotra, we expect God to be blind about it. Am I right or wrong? We expect our mother, our father to be blind about our Kaminagiris, okay, whatever and all that. Whatever wrong we've done, our selfishness that we've done. We just take it for granted. God is ever forgiving. And you know what is God trying to teach us? I mean, I like to contemplate a lot on my life, okay. So I'm just like any of you, okay. But I like to spend time alone. And that is the costliest commodity, unfortunately, I realized in life, is God actually wants us to forgive. We are asking forgiveness. Here's the beauty. Some of us, we go to God, we go to temple and we say, please forgive. I'm going through bad times right now. My dasha is bad. My gochar is bad. I blame it on Rahu, Shani. Okay, whatever. Okay. But we do ask forgiveness. Very few of us, but we do ask it. Unfortunately, we don't question ourselves. How many times have I forgiven people? बहुत बड़ी बात बोली है मैंने. Very big important thing. Very, very big important thing. The toughest job is to forgive. Let me tell you all a story. Once upon a time, there was a man, way back, 16th century or something like that. So he got married traditionally, and his father-in-law, mother-in-law were manipulated. They cooked up stories, manipulated for years. And then they fell into trouble. He ended up giving one property to them. After that, 4-5 years went by, and he ended up giving one more property to them. Some excuse or the other they would. Then one more property he gave. Then they started torturing him. And he was a Harihara Bhakt complete. Again, when they did, he said, your son threw you out, I helped you. Then your daughter wanted this, I gave that. Then she wanted one more, I gave that. Now I have only half a piece of land left. How do you expect me to give this also? So they said, okay, don't give another. Eventually, they were traveling and he saved his father-in-law and mother-in-law's life through one travel. It happened. They were supposed to die, water and all that. I'm cutting the story. The point is, after saving their life, they came back to their original ways and started looting this man, this trader, or whatever. That is what we will say, oh, bad father-in-law, bad mother-in-law. We love to, bad sister-in-law. She's our favorite for many of us. Okay. So, point is, how do we not know that the father-in-law, mother-in-law are only testing the soul of this person, that till how much are you ready to go? Are you understanding? Maybe that's the lesson. I personally believe sometimes, especially in 95, when I was very deep into Western spirituality, where things are very clear-cut with the channelings and all that. I personally believe, and it's tough to realize that and accept that in life, the people who have harmed you more, the people whom you hate more, the people who continuously try to do that, are only your best friends in disguise as enemies. And they're testing your soul. What is the strength? How much push-ups can you do? 100 over, after that 150, is it the end of you? Okay, or can you stretch that another 10? The last 10 reps is the toughest when your muscle tear happens. And that's, if you see our body, our muscle growth actually happens in the last 10, not in the first 150, but from 150 to 160 when it's impossible. Am I right or wrong, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, some of you are agreeing with me, but it's not easy. It's not easy, especially when you're tired, down and out, you have nothing left. बहुत कठिन होता है. When everybody is only looting you and taking advantage, and they actually, some people who loot you, they actually feel you're the looter. Can you imagine चोर कोतवाल को डांटने का? How many times I've seen this situation with friends, relatives, and this and that. And it's a joke. It's a joke of life. The ugliest person feels that the mirror is telling him he's the most beautiful person. Mirror fools us. Mirror is that Rahu, and how do you make that a Ketu? Any which ways. There's a beautiful story about Lord Krishna. And मेरा थोड़ा 36 का आंकड़ा चलता है Lord Krishna के साथ. Love and hate relationship I have with him. Okay, because of Karan. Okay. I feel Karan should have deserved more. Any which ways. In Maharashtra is a. मैं बोर तो नहीं कर रहा ना तुम लोग को. I do not know. Everybody wants to speak, but you'll have to always. That's the golden rule. You have to send me an email in advance so that we can structure. We can structure a session. And I want everybody to express. I want people to show how they have transformed themselves, how you can inspire. Jyotish the full year we are learning. Chutti wutti lete hain अपन.
Sir, we are unable to hear you, sir. You got freezed.
सर की आवाज नहीं आ रही, किसको आ रही?
नहीं आ रही.
No conversation, no speech, nothing.
My internet had gone, it's back. So, anyways, I'm sorry. Okay. So, this is a place where very beautiful saints, Tukaram, Ganeshwar, Namdev, so many have come. Okay. Ramdas, so many have. So, there is something called Pandharpur Yatra. Have you all heard of Pandharpur Yatra? It is considered the ultimate. Anybody here from North who has?
Yes, Pandarinada Vitala, Panduranga Vitala. A potter will be potter. He is he will stamp his child and while creating that mud or something. Am I true? This is that thing.
This is a different story of Sakubai. I do not know. So Sakubai was a devotee. Lipi, if you can, or Arpita, if you can just type in the chat box my email ID, please, my request. So let me concentrate on the story. Sakubai only loved Krishna. Is Vithala and Krishna same? I do not know. Any Maharashtrian here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's an incarnation of Krishna.
Right.
Lord Vithala.
Yeah. So he was always. So her in-laws were upset with her that from morning to evening she's only taking God's name. They got obsessed with her obsession. So the Pandharpur Yatra started and she wanted to go for that. And unfortunately, her in-laws didn't allow. So what they did, now comes the real story. In the house, they tied her to a pole with ropes. Okay? So you can't go to that yatra. People from the village, they went to that yatra. It's a very big yatra. Okay? Keep on adding people, admins. So they went, they came back and they said, Arey, we saw Sakubai over there. So the in-laws said, how can she go? She's tied here. Okay. No, we saw everybody. And everybody says, yeah, we saw her. Incidentally, what happens? Krishna comes and he frees her and doesn't take her to the yatra. He tells, you go. I will protect your marriage. Krishna becomes Sakubai and ties himself with the rope so that marriage is. Tears in my eyes when I read this story. Tears. This is what the Lord is capable to do for a devotee, for a bhakt. There is one more story of Lord Krishna. So this is very famous. And then she came back. Her body was brought and she died over there. Her body was brought. Okay. Yeah. And the other story, I'm forgetting the details. I read it 25 years back. My memory, even the names I'm forgetting. Once there was a great bhakt. And he wanted to go to Pandharpur. And the famous this thing. So he was sick. He was bedridden. So Narayan Vishnu sends Garud for him. Come and do this. Come over there because I'm busy over there. I'm installed over there. I'm busy in the temple. Please come. Garud come. So the Bhakts refuses Garud. On you always the Lord has sat. हमेशा भगवान बैठा है. I cannot sit. Now here's the story, my memory goes. But that is not important. Stories are not important. The message is important. So at that time, one more yogi is reaching over there. So Vishnu comes and tells this bhakt, now you come with me now. Chalo, you come with me. Now Vishnu is not in the temple. Everybody, statue is there. Are you all understanding what I'm trying to say? Statue is there. So Vishnu realizes one more saint has come over there. So she tells Lakshmi, you go and stop him. If he reaches the statue, he'll realize I'm not there. So you go and stop him at the gate, act an old woman, something like that, or usko ruka udhar. Stop him. Because he'll get angry, I'm not there. Can you even realize what I'm saying? This is the love. Why I keep on telling you, same place, same time, to do your bhakti stotra. Because the Lord is waiting for us and we make him wait. Unfortunately, all of us do that. He is there, I realized this when I used to do Vishnu Sahasranam or Hanuman Chalisa or anything. I do it very loudly. I have a habit of being a very loud person. Like you're singing as if the Lord has to come down. I realized one day कि मैं इतना दिल से प्यार करता हूँ उसको. I love him so much. Wouldn't he be waiting to hear me? That is when I realized this fact. That he also would be searching for a true devotee who does not want anything from him. Many times, of course, we ask. I also ask for so many things. Okay. So, what I'm trying to say is that bhakti is more important. Because that's the end. God will, when we reach up, Chitragupt there, God there, whether it's Ram, Vishnu, or Shiva, they'll say, what did you do on earth? Okay. I became a carpenter. I became an astrologer. Then God will ask us one question. Baba, I sent you down to become human. You become everything else. Okay. How did you get misguided? Are you understanding? The toughest is to become a human. Toughest job in the world. Toughest means you can recite a mantra 1 billion times. But that mantra has to make you human. If the mantra or your bhakti cannot make you human, then you are an idiot of the highest order. तुम्हारे अंदर वो DNA है ही नहीं. The soul is not there. The inner thing is not there. If diamond is not there, how much the sculptor will chisel, it is not going to happen. Are you all understanding? I'm not saying all of us or I am like that, but I'm saying we can try. We can try at least some moments in our life, some moments to become a fakir. Jyotish to, my master used to be very verbal. You know how Maharashtrians are, Siddesh, especially interiors. मुंह पे 4 गाली तो होता ही है, especially if they are from the Nath संप्रदाय, तो 50 गाली होता है of the highest order. Okay. अब मास्टर से ज्योतिष को कुत्ते का जाता है. And he did not have very high opinion about astrology. He himself was an astrologer. He used to say, becoming an astrologer, becoming a predictor, okay, is no big thing. You'll only become a joke in life. You'll only become a joke in life. Okay. But what has happened today, social media, we all want to be astrologers. At the same time, we want to do all these rituals and become billionaires. So we all want to reach heaven, but we want to reach it in a Rolls Royce or a BMW. That is our problem in life. We want moksha, but we want to reach moksha in a BMW. ये अपना सब joke है. We all have become jokes. Me, you, everybody. Somewhere down the line, all of us, थोड़ा fundamentally हम लोग का, we have gotten distracted. Any which is, forget my type of spirituality. I'm always an ayyari. Okay, always controversial. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have an old friend, Satish Menon. Satish Menon, why do you look old? Every time I saw you, you used to look more and more handsome. Now you thin down a bit, it seems. Let me make you co-host. Okay. How are you doing, Satish? Long time.
Doing absolutely fine, sir. Absolutely fine.
How long been since we met? 2012?
No. We met in between. I think before COVID we met, or maybe after COVID, somewhere.
Really? I don't think. Did we meet?
Yeah, I'd come to your place. I remember.
अच्छा, ठीक है, forget it. बूढ़ा हो गया यार.
हाँ sir, वो हो गया. I'm getting young, you're getting old. चलता है.
Okay. All right.
But I
Satish
think,
is from
yeah,
Kerala. He used to be a teacher. He used to run a coaching business, very, very successful coaching business for very, very senior students, IITians, etc. and all that. Am I right?
yeah.
IITians used to. So I do not know what happened to him. The astrology bug hit him. So many years back, when 2012 or 13, okay, when we used to have Nadi classes in my office. So Satish used to be a student. Now he's super guru, super famous. But he has worked so hard. He's worked so hard. And the only problem I feel is he's from Kerala. So, Kerala people, naam badnaam hai. Gali ka naam badnaam hai. Kerala people are like, they'll not share any secret in life. Not even to God they will share. No, I'll not even share you. Because if God becomes a better predictor, who will come to me? So anyway, that's joking. Sadishji, first
ठीक.
and foremost, welcome to Saptarishi's Astrology once again. We've done some sessions with you earlier, okay, on Prashna and this and that. But very quickly, you come from a land of Parshura, okay?
Yes.
What would you advise us? Sarpa dosh, Sarpa is highly in Kerala, Sarpa, you have Sarpa Kavu everywhere, okay?
Yes.
So, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu both have Sarpas, Sheshnak, and this and that. So this Shivratri, I'm just asking you a question. This Shivratri, okay, what should we do for Sarpadosh? If at all I am to ask you that. Satish, are you there?
Yes, sir. So I think the typical, one of the classic combinations that one can find. I mean, we start with astrology. I'll speak about something else as well. But one of the important combinations that I think very easy to spot on in any chart is typically a combination where Rahu and Chandra, that is Rahu and Moon, are either conjunct with each other or they are in a Nava Pancham Yoga, that is, Rahu is able to aspect Chandra in any way. If that combination exists, then it's a very given fact that this person can be highly into a overthinking zone. The reason is simple because Rahu is representative of Maya Karak. He is the planet of illusions. And Moon, of course, Chandrama, Manaso Jataha. So Moon is the mind. And mind, eventually, when it comes in contact with illusion, a person starts over imagining and unnecessarily imagining situations which may never even happen. Right? जैसे किसी लेडी को अगर सपोज ये कॉम्बिनेशन है, तो स्कूल से अगर उसका बच्चा 5 मिनट लेट आ जाए बस, राइट, उसने ऑलरेडी पूरा का पूरा पिक्चर बना लिया है सर पे, राइट. सो शी इज इमेजिनिंग द वर्स्ट. 10 मिनट लेट हो गई, ओके, बच्चे, तो देन तो फिर बात ही खत्म. तो 2-3 पिक्चर रिलीज हो गए. 15 मिनट तो शी इज इन द नियरेस्ट पुलिस स्टेशन ऑलरेडी, राइट, because that is what Rahu does to you. Okay, it does to your mind. It's very important to understand. It's called as Sarpadosh. Okay, and I always tell people that it is as if आप अपने घर में बैठे और अब भी अपने अपने रूम में, ओके, अचानक एक सांप को देख लिया.
I'll request you, some foreigners are here, please.
Okay. It is as if you are seated in your room, at your home, let's say, regular home, furniture and all of that at your home, and all of a sudden you spot a snake. As soon as you spot a snake, okay, you are like, you're worried, you get up, and then the next thing you see is that the snake is nowhere to be found now. Okay. Now you're searching for it, but it's not there, but you have seen it. Now starts the, story, because now you can't eat, now you can't sleep, now you can't sit peacefully, because there is a snake around, right? That fear that gets into you, that's Rahu and Chandra. Okay. So you might have seen, as Vedanta classically calls it as Rajju and Sarpa comparison, it could have been a piece of rope. It could have been a shadow of something. But for you, that fear is real because the snake you think you saw is real. Now, where does it come from? It's very important, right? Normal, ancient texts will say, Sarpa Hatya, you must have done, or your ancestors must have done, or you must have displaced, snake-related homes or maybe snake pits, or you must have covered snake pits and maybe constructed something. You must have destroyed snake eggs and this and that. But in modern day times, when somebody gets this, right, what does it really mean? We need to, give it a thought. Snake means poison. Okay. Me speaking about somebody behind their back is also poison. Me misguiding someone into a different track altogether is also poison. Me making somebody unnecessarily get worried. If I am the boss, I'll tell my employee, if you don't do your work, I'll chuck you out this month. Whereas I'm just saying this just to make him worried and feared. But that fear which I have given him will come back to me someday, very soon. That is Rahu and Chandra combination. Okay. And it will, because all the fear that you gave to others, all the, lies that you told because of whatever, your greed was or whatever benefits you got, it will all come back to you. Or because it is Chandra, Moon is also Karaka for mother and therefore children, it will come back into your life of your own offsprings. Okay, this is also something that is very much seen. Now, we don't know what has exactly gone wrong in a horoscope. So, Rahu-Chandra combination, if you have, one of the best remedies for both Kalasarpa as well as for any kind of Rahu-Chandra combination, Rahu Guru combination, okay, Rahu Surya combination. The best remedy is, take a flight, go to Kochi. From there, take a 3-hour drive to a place called Alappi. There is a temple called as the Mannarshala, which is the abode of the Naga Raja and the Nagamma. Okay. just enter the temple. Okay, if you have gone there, you would know, or if you're not gone there, just for the benefit of those, I'm saying, the moment you walk in, you're actually walking into a place which is infested by at least, 1,000 odd snakes.
Wow, I know that.
Nothing will come and disturb you because the energy of the place itself is liberating. Okay, don't do any puja there. Don't spend a rupee if you don't want to, but just be in the place. You will know what I mean. Okay, it is enough to clear lot of sarpa doshas that you carry. Okay, if your child has this combination, it's definitely good to take them there, because Rahu Chandra can give depression, Rahu Chandra can give overthinking. Even the most richest man with this combination will be worried about losing his wealth. It will be all unnecessary worries. So, your quality of life shrinks if you have this combination, basically. So, Sarpa dosha basically means whatever poison I had, put in somebody's life, God, please, help me realize that and help me, atone for whatever mistakes me or my ancestors or my lineage has made. So, Manarshala happens to be one of the fantastic places, and I have not come across anyone who has gone there and not, benefited. And if you are there, okay, one more reason you can be there is if you don't even have this Rahu Chandra combination, but if you are born, let's say, in a nakshatra called as Ashlesha, okay, in Malayalam it is called as Ailyam. In English, in Sanskrit, generally called as Ashlesh Nakshatra. The deity of Ashlesh Nakshatra itself is Nagaraja. So naturally, which temple you have to be at is Manarshala. The Nakshatra Ashlesha is owned by the Graha Buddha. Buddha is a Karaka. Buddha is also in South India called as Bhudevi, right? So Karaka for earth also, right? Earth also, and therefore skin related issues anybody has got, this is a good temple, okay? And if you go there, you will be doing a remedy which is very specifically called as Nurum Palum. Nurum Palum, that is what the remedy is called, okay? Where basically milk is offered or sprinkled on snake idols. Milk is actually offered to, snakes also who will consume. All of it is done there. Every Ashlesha or every Ailyam Nakshatram, you will basically have this particular puja done. So if you know anyone who's got Ashlesh Nakshatra, they are born in Ashlesh Nakshatra, or they are running a dasha of a planet which is in Ashlesh Nakshatra, then Manarshala is one place to be. Right? Now, people would say, why can't I chant? Why can't I donate? Why can't I do some homam? What is the issue? Right? Issue is, as I said, Nagaraja is one reason. Buddha, Bhudevi means coming out of earth. So we are talking about being in a physical temple. Okay. These things matter. The tattva, of course, matters. Right? So you can't just apply any remedy just like that. It's a scientific, thing why it is. And therefore, people who go there definitely benefit. Okay. So that is this thing. And the interesting part is in all this, one deity that you will see silently seated, because Nagas can't alone, exist. They need their master. And who is he? Shiva is there in the temple anyway, right? So it's a very beautiful temple. Just, if you have the dosha or don't have the dosha, I would say go once there. Okay. You will, exactly understand what I mean. Okay. And if you are there, there is also, a Sri Krishna temple nearby. Okay. So Ambalapura it is called. Okay. And there is also a Chakulatamma Devi temple also nearby. So if you see, the connections are very interesting there. You have Mercury, Sri Krishna, then you have Rahu, Ketu, both in the form of Sarpa, and then Venus in the form of Chakulatamma Devi. You have actually all the, energies there. Okay, in that sense. So just visit the place. I mean, I could keep saying, but this is one thing.
Foreigners
So-
allowed over there? Foreigners, non-Hindus allowed?
Yeah, they are allowed. They are allowed. No problem there. Okay, there is,
Many people,
and again, there is no special dress code or anything else. Okay, you can, just walk in just like that. But of course, you maintain a sense of decency. Okay, and you don't create a lot of noise there, because the place is actually infested with a lot of snakes.
Right. quickly, I'd like to add here, everybody. In the last 3 years, I've seen so many people do Ahilya Puja. You go to any South Indian temple in your city, wherever it is, especially if it is a Malayali temple. Okay. Okay. So, Anupam Ganesh, you can watch it on YouTube again and again. Okay. Manar Shala. It's very, very, very popular. Okay. But
Yes, Ramya, that's right.
yeah,
Manarsha.
Manar Shala. But I have seen people, I'm forgetting his name. I traveled with him to Trambakeshwar and met that Swami also, who keeps a stone on your head and tells you the disease. I'm forgetting. Very Sharad Pawar also used to go to very rude. He's just before Trambakeshwar is there. He'll just keep a stone on your head. Okay. He'll tell you exact problem that you have, health issue. Okay. So forgetting his name, how can I forget his name? So he was very happy in Chembur. Like he got a beautiful South Kerala temple. Okay. Actually, his life has changed. He attends every month Aslesha Nakshatra. His life has changed. And he's traveled everywhere, learned astrology from here, there, and all that. But his life's changed just by doing Ahilya Puja. It is not costly at all. Okay,
Yeah,
100
it's
rupees
not.
they take per
Yes.
month. Okay, I've given it to so many people. Several temples in South I've given it. Okay. Okay. And then in Prashna Mark, there is calculation of also another way of number of copper idol, snake idols or gold idols, 7, 9, 11. Okay, it is that is another thing, depending on the Naumansh, some say. Okay, but forget that. Best and easiest, what Satish has said. You can visit Manarshala or in your city. At least start with Ahilya Puja, that is
Yes, yes.
specific.
And the interesting part is there they also have a online thing. In case, let's say, you can't go immediately, but you want to get it started, you go online, you book the puja online. I believe you can book for 3 months ahead. As sir said, it is absolutely, not costly at all. I think it is 200 or 300 rupees probably, per Ahilya puja. And you make a sankalpa saying that whenever I visit, but meanwhile, get it started. And they'll also send the prasadam to your home when you share the address. Okay, it's a very low key temple when you go there, but it's a very powerful place, right? Like most temples in Kerala, they don't hype much.
Yes, I wanted to ask Kapil Nambudri, did you meet ever?
No, sir. Kapil?
Kapila Nambudri.
No, sir. No idea.
All right. Okay. Let's come to this Shivratri. What should we all do? What would you do? Shall I am asking the toughest question. I'm asking a fellow Malayali. What would you do?
No, normally I, listen to, or maybe sometimes, simply meditate, no such agenda. Honestly, I have not uh, any kind of major rituals, so to say. But the idea that of reading the Shiva Purana, that is extremely effective. I feel that it is a very correct thing to do. Today being an Ekadashi, I just came out of a Vishnu Sahasranamam Parayanam, which I do, and a lot of people, happen to also attend. Any Parayanam, any Stotram, when you are able to chant, and when you even if you are not great on pronunciation, it is fine, but you do it with all your heart and bhavam. That is what matters. Even in astrology, the houses are called as bhavas, right? It is actually finally your bhavam that finally matters, right? So as sir was talking about, that the Lord also wants to listen to you, right? Love is not a one-sided affair, right? The Lord also wants to listen to you. So sometimes it does happen that I, keep chanting the Vishnu Sahasranamam. Is something that I can probably say, if you ask me what do I mostly do, I would do that, right? And it kind of comes very easy to me. So there are days when I don't chant it. Okay. There are days when, days get hectic, you are not in the mood and all of that. And then occasionally, somewhere, some evening, just like that, you're seated and you feel like, chalo, let's chant. And when I'm about to like chant, and I am, Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam, I'm chanting. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing Vishnu reclining on the Sheshanaga and telling Lakshmi, Dekh aa gaya fir se. He has come back again.
Too good. Too
Okay.
good. Too good. Too
And
good.
I am like, forgive, but I'm continuing to chant, right? So this is a very, interesting, like a, parent-child kind of a connection. And I slowly, with every chant, I just get closer and closer and closer to him, and finally settle on his lap, right? And continue to chant the whole thing. This is you. It's your God, right? You do whatever you want to do with him. As in bhakti they say, right? In karma or in jnana, as they say, in karma you basically do things for God, but in bhakti they say God starts doing things for you, right? But you have to get to that particular stage where he starts listening to you, right? So there is this classic Vedanta example that they say that in case you are a jnani, in case you are a knowledgeable guy, then life is like a monkey's child. As soon as the monkey's child is born, right, the mother monkey is jumping from one tree to the other. And this baby monkey has to hold on to the mother tightly. Okay, the mother is also monkey, right? So that is its characteristic. It will keep jumping from one tree to the other at great heights. The baby is just born, right? It has to, hold on to. And that is exactly what a knowledgeable man, a jnani, needs to do, because you have understood God. Okay, but life will push you this side and that side. Life's troubles and storms will keep coming. You have to hold on to him with all your knowledge that you have. But for a bhakta, for a devotee, things are different. For a devotee, life is like a cat's baby, a cat's kitten, right? The moment the kitten is born, the cat will hold the kitten and walk wherever it wants to walk, right? So life is easy for the kitten. Okay, so bhakti is comparatively easy because the Lord will hold you. He will take you through, right? Only thing is your surrender has to be that deep, right? So in that sense, whichever, stotra we chant, whatever meditation you do, even if you chant a simple Om Namah Shivaya, okay, and align it with your breath, even if you simply, take in Om Nama and exhale with Shivaya, right? That is enough. But do it with good bhav, that is sufficient. I think, I'm not a master of many stotrams and these things, but this is something that needs to be done. I feel, if Shivratri and every Ratri can be spent like that, then it's a blessing in itself. Okay.
Thank you so
So,
much, Sati.
so
Thank you.
one quick thing, sir, just wanted to share. I was just
Sure.
yesterday I was listening to Arpita, narrating the Gokarna story. It was very wonderfully done, Arpita. Okay, so very, still story keeps going in my head again. But that is the I was telling Sunil sir that that story is not just happening outside. That story is happening inside us also. We are the Ravana, okay, who has gone all the way to the Kailasha and got the Atmalinga. Okay. And then we have to come back into the Sansar, right? And then we come back, and finally we have taken the Atmalinga to a place where we started feeling that I have got the Atmalinga from Shiva. My ego, okay, Ravan's ego, okay, rises. He thinks he's achieved the unachievable. Okay. Now the condition is Atmalinga should not be kept on the ground. And somehow all the gods, bring together and ask Ganesha to do this thing, where finally Ganesha manages to, keep the Atmalinga on the ground in such a way that now even Ravan is he trying with all his power, he can't pick it up. So Ganesha represents the first deity, Ganesha, right? He is the first deity. He has taken the Atmalinga which was here all the way down to our Muladhara. And you can't lift the Kundalini Shakti, okay, or the Atmalinga above if you are egoistic. Power, okay, is of got no use there. So Ravan is not able to lift, okay, simply because the Atmalinga cannot be lifted with ego. And therefore, the deity of Muladhara is Ganapati only. okay, who has kept the Atmalinga there. And naturally, Gokarna becomes a place which is, exactly got two stories. It has got the Ravan story and it has got Parshuram story also. Right? Ravan tried to lift the Atmalinga from there. It did not happen and he had to simply walk away because ego was very high. So he was unsuccessful. But Parshuram, on the other hand, stood there, prayed and said that, I want a piece of land dedicated, from this point onwards, and he threw his axe from there. Okay. Now you see, there's a lot of deep symbolisms there. Now, when you are standing at the coastal area, the sea itself, represents your subconscious. And the sea is deep. It's got such depth, so many hidden things inside. You don't even know how deep it is. You don't even know how many things are inside you. Okay. And therefore, when you are out of your ego, okay, completely you banish your ego, you pray to the Lord and you throw your axe. Now, axe is what? Axe is tapas. Your tapasya, your austerities that you have, your penance that you have performed. So when you are able to strike it, okay, then that particular sea, parts its way and a fresh set of land is created. The land again is your Muladhara, the sea parting away is your Swadhisthana, and the axe that Parshuram throws is your Manipura, the fire, the ego, which is rather again now ego is translated into tapas. It is translated into austerity. And then, you have all the way a chance to, go back to Shiva and establish himself in the Atmalinga again. So the Gokarna, of course, representing Karna means ears, okay, indicates very strongly the ability to have Shravana, that is, listen to the speech of a guru, listen to the words of a wise, and surrender your ego, okay, offer your tapas like Parshuram did. And when you do that, your own, Sanchita karma, which is vast and vast and vast like an ocean, never ending, so deep, right? It will part away and you will be able to establish some part of it as the land for your spiritual development. Okay. So it is, I think, and all the stories rather, if you, look at it, all of them are very deeply connected with what is happening inside. You either are a Ravana or you are a Parshurama. Who are you? You have to decide and act accordingly. Okay. So that's about it, sir.
Thank you so much. Wonderful, the spiritual discourse. Plus, at the same time, hope many people who have Sarpadosh, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many of you would write and that there are many types of Sarpadosh variations called Sarpadosh, then Sarpadosh. Chapter 83 BPHS, the first 8 shlokas, Maitri asks about curses. So Parasharishi says, I will tell you exactly what Lord Shiva has told Goddess Parvati. And then for Sarpadosh, he has given 8 combinations. Okay. So Rahu in the 5th house with the aspect of Mars is 1, and that way 7 more. Plus Chandra, what is Satish has said, and many other things. The point is, visit Manarshala or in your city, go to a South Indian temple. Okay. There are many things you can do. And one also very effective thing that I've seen, but that is a very big thing, very tough to, is Sarpa Suktam, but that is the number of times, and then there is a Navnath Stotra to be added to it. Okay, that is a bit complicated, but I've seen it work. That guy who goes to our Kerala temple, he's tried it. Okay, proper procedure is there. But anyway, thank you so much, Satish. Thank you for coming. And before we end, thank you. Call wall kar bhai. Okay, तब free होता है. हाँ?
Okay.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Satish. Quickly, Poonam Jaisiwal has been trying. We'll end this session with Poonam Jaisiwal and Diolal Mahabir who raised his hands. Others have. Okay, we do not have time for it. 1 second just. And after that, how can I forget our dear Atma Vandana ji once again with the guitar? Quickly, Poonam ji, please come forward.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. My gratitude to you, first of all, as my guru, my mentor, and then to my beloved dad, my Shiva, my Bholenath, with whom I started my first um, proper ritual puja. He was the one, as I was an atheist at my, there was a time when I didn't believe in God at all. And then something changed in me, and he was the one who motivated me from day one. And today, having lost both my parents and my in-laws as well, he is my actual dad and eternal dad. So that was my love for him, and his day is coming. His Purna Shiv Mahashivratri holds a very, very beautiful place and in my heart. And I got this motivation to read Shiv Mahapuran from my spiritual mentor, my Guruji, who has always said that one should read this Puran, Shiv Puran, as it is a solution for everything. So I just started. First time I read, it was just like reading a book. Everything went above my head. I just couldn't understand, interpret anything. And it was just like reading a storybook and just turning the pages and fulfilling the task. Yes, I had done it. But then again, I had this beautiful feeling that no, I should read it again. And then I got hold of it, and I took a what it is technically known now as Parayan. Ki I'll finish it in within this time period. So the second time, it was really something changed inside. There were many episodes which gave me an insight. And then last year, I had this again an urge, no, I have to do it again. So this time, the third time, was a real eye opener for so many things to me. And while reading it, I'll cut short because it's really late. And this Shiv Puran, which I have, is by Gita Press Gorakhpur version. And in this, the last Sanghita, that is Vayavya Sanghita, Adhyay 30th, it says there are different types of five Avaran Puja of Bhagwan Shiv. There's Upamanyu is giving his explaining this to Lord Krishna, that Shiva puja has to be done in different layers, avaran, what I could understand. And in those five avarans, each and every god, from starting from Ganesha to all the rishis, Siddh, Daitya, Yaksh, Rakshas.
अच्छा सारू
Shukla, please keep yourself on mute, my request. How can you all keep yourselves on unmute? Yes, Poonamji, I'm sorry.
No, no, sir. So all the Yaksh, Rakshas, Anant Nagraj, Dakini, Bhoot, Vital, Pret, and all the different yonis, which every living being is crossing. So they are all praised. Everyone is praising them and Bhagwan, because they all are evolving from Lord Shiva in all those five avarnas with all their Shaktis as well. So this, in the end, this chapter says that this is the famous Yogeshwar Namak Yoga. And it says that this stotra or this chapter, once you read it, it has immense powers, and whatever cannot be achieved by any human being in this life or in the life beyond, in the paraloka, simply by reading this stotra or this chapter, one can attain and achieve anything they want. And there's a beautiful line which says that this is uh, it is in Hindi, so I would like to read it. That it says that महापातकों में, महान रोग से, भय आदि में और दुर्भिक्ष, that whatever bad or the worst things we have done, or whatever the severest disease we have, or if we are in such a situation where there's nothing left for us, so agar shanti karwani hai, so this is the single part which you can do. And it says that if you are doing it, if you're not even doing any ritual, you're not doing any activity of Shiv Puja or Linga Puja, but just doing this part or this stotra on a Purnima day, Ashtami, and a Chaturdashi. These 3 days are the actual days to do it. And if you can do it for 1 month continuously, you will attain miraculous results. So, and reading these lines, I did this thing. I took a sankalpa that last Shravan month, I started with this part, with the stotra, and I read it for 1 month. Touch wood, by God's grace, without fail, without any obstacles, or without even, having any glitch in between. And I had such divine results, such divine experiences. It was out of the world thing, and I just have no words about it. And I think that day I felt that this thing needs to be told, that this Mahashiv Puran has one beautiful stotra, and if you can just pull out time, it takes about, if one gets practice to it, it'll take just 20 minutes, 20 to 25. For a beginner, it would be a good 45 minutes. But trust me, sir, all those who are here and anyone whom I just want to say that if I can convey anybody and everybody that this Mahashivratri, if this one stotra also could be read or listened even, this will give very good results. That was what I wanted to share. Vayavya Samhita, chapter 31. The stotra is there.
I am extremely grateful to you. One, very, very grateful is not the word. I
Yes, sir.
do remember reading chapter 38, but recently only chapter 38, but which there are 6 or 7 segments of Shiv Puran. So which
Yes, sir.
segment are you, like I am having MLBD book, Motilal Banarsi Das English version. Okay,
Okay,
but
sir.
it is Siddesh, are you at it? Try to find which segment are you talking about?
So this is the last segment. It is with the title of Vayavya Samhita.
One
Because
second.
Shiv Puran has different segments.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this one is the last segment.
One second. Kailash Samhita. Yes, I got it. In that 35 is Vaivya Samhita section. One second, I'm going to share this. Just see this part 4. People will come and miss it. Vaivya Samhita, you have section A. Uma Samhita, no. Obstacles in the path of yoga is what you're talking about?
No, sir. It is Shiv Panch. I have the Hindi version with me. I read it in Hindi only. शिव के 5 आवरणों स्थित सभी देवताओं की स्तुति और उनसे अभीष्ट पूर्ति एवं मंगल की कामना. That is the title which this Gita Press Gorakhpur has.
Sir, section 6, I would say.
There is no section 6.
The
That
one
would
which
be
I'm reading,
hymns
sir.
to Lord Shiva, I think. Chapter 31 is hymns to Lord Shiva. If you see here. Niche.
Part 4 में
Yes, sir. Vayavya Samhita. If you can scroll down, I think there's.
If you scroll down, it's 31
Yes, sir. A
chapter में,
purification of the 6
there's
paths.
hymns to
18
Lord
number,
Shiva.
sir.
this
18
one
number.
31.
Yes, sir.
30. Okay,
Somewhere
I'm
like
gonna
this. Yes, sir. Hymn to Lord Shiva, maybe. Maybe
okay,
so
wait,
that's the English version.
wait. I'll go to
Sir, it's of
2034.
Sankshipt Shiv Puran, page number 793. 793 of Sankshipt Puran.
Oh, where's
I'm
this?
trying to share the pic, but I am unable to share.
Share no, Baba, share no.
Yes, sir. This is the saying.
This
So
one,
this is
Poonam?
the Avaran Puja. This is Avaran Puja.
Siddesh,
One
And I
I'm
second.
think
sharing to
I'll
you. You share the
let's go
pic.
slowly. Is this what you're talking about? Just slowly go
No,
through.
sir. No, sir. Wait.
Our initial
It
welcome.
is chapter number 31. Sir, chapter
yes, sir.
number
Next
31.
chapter, sir. This is
Next chapter.
explanation of the Avaranas. Yes. And the next chapter is the real stotra.
This one, the hymn of
Yes, sir. The hymn of Lord Shiva. Yes. Upamanyu says to Krishna. He is telling him. The Yogeshwara. Yes, sir. This is the one.
this chapter 31. Okay.
Sir,
20.
I have shared the pic of
Great.
Sankshipt Shiv Puran.
Can Siddesh download it and then WhatsApp it to me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So just reading this chapter, you say is good in the holy month of Shravan or whenever, right?
Yes, sir. And particularly on Purnima date, Ashtami and Chaturdashi.
Okay. And
These
where is
three
the
dates.
stotra? Where is
So
the
this
stotra?
is the stotra. This chapter is itself is a stotra. In the end, Lord Shiva himself is saying that to Ma Parvati that Ete Uttamam Stotram Shiv Hridaya Yangamam Sarva Bhishta Pradam Sakshad Adi Muktiyat Sadhanam. That this stotra is so very close to my heart and it fulfills all your desires and it is the only source of moksha.
ये क्लिपिंग बना के YouTube में वीडियो डालो पूनम जी का. So this must go out to people. It will help people. One second, huh? Poonam ji, email me, photograph and email me the Hindi part also.
Yes, sir.
One second, huh?
I'll
Just give me
surely, sir.
some patience with me. These days
Here,
things are.
here I have shared one pic, if you can see.
One second, huh?
So
Here it
see
says
the
that
last line. Yes, sir. See the last line.
I'm just
Yes,
reading
sir.
it out for the
The
benefit of everybody. Okay. It says the man who regularly performs the japa of this hymn obtains longevity, health, prosperity, and everything else desired. The benefit thus mentioned is of the mere japa of the hymn without worshipping. It is impossible to count the benefit of the japa of the hymn is performed along with worship. Let the accruing of the benefit stand alone. When this japa is repeated, the Lord, on hearing this, stands in the heaven along with the goddess. Hence, after worshipping the Lord and Uma in the heaven, the devotee shall stand with palms joined in reverence and repeat the hymn. Okay.
So I had this beautiful thing on the last week. Actually, I was standing on my toes and I actually felt that yes, my dad is standing there and listening. He has come down and he is listening that I am making a, a soulful wish to see you, to hug you, to be with you. So that was the power of this hymn. And I really feel that everyone who is reading Mahashivpuran Puran should do this thing.
Please download. Ritu Mittal has sent something. Thank you, Poonamji. 1 second. I'll thank you once again. Okay.
No,
But
sir.
Megha, this is what happens once the session closes, then everybody who sent something now, if you all don't download, okay. So Ritu, I hope you sent the complete one. Okay, Siddesh, what have you sent?
Sir, I have sent the first page and the last page of the chapter 31. And
नहीं,
if
पूरा
you want the
chapter.
PDF, I can send the full PDF to Siddesh. He'll share to you the Hindi part
ठीक है.
of chapter 31. I'll send him.
Okay, I'll get this chapter. This should be emailed properly, proper PDF maintained, Siddesh.
Yes, sir. That time I'll take the right pic. Actually, I was
Yeah.
not able to share on Zoom. Yes, sir.
So this is the email ID you will send it to, okay, and say this is for Sunil John. Then the office will forward it to me. admin@saptarishisastrology.com. So then we can forward it to everybody concerned here in English and
Okay,
Hindi.
sir. Just after the class, within 5 minutes, I'll send.
आराम से जितना उसको प्रॉपर क्लीन अप करके
जी, sir.
फ्लैट करके करना सो दैट
Yes,
एवरीबडी
sir. Yeah.
टेक योर टाइम इट्स जल्दी नहीं है टेक योर टाइम
Okay. Okay.
but mention over there forward this to also one more ID you need to this thing is office at ये CC रख देना all right
Okay,
thank
sir.
you so much thank you so much Ritu thank you so much Poonam ji
No,
whatever
sir.
people feel right do something. The whole point is that Poonamji has shared her experience, has shared her benefit that she is acquired, and hers is more of a spiritual benefit. So, whoever wants spirituality can do this. Quickly, before we wind up, thank you once again, Poonamji. And let me quickly, I know it's late. Okay, we have stopped all our classes for this. So I must appreciate the patience of the students of our classes. I hope you appreciate these sessions. Deolal Mahabir ji, are you there? Kindly unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Deolal ji, namaskar, pranam sir. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you so much for why can't I see multi-speaker view? Yes. Once again, let me remove my. Can you?
Can I do?
You wanted to say something, Deolalji.
No, that was accidental.
All right, no problem. Thank you. No problem. I hope everybody is enjoying this session. We come to a close. Is Atma Vandana Ji there? We'll continue tomorrow also. Okay, but definitely once again, I want to repeat to everybody on Shivratri Day, 9 p.m. If you all want to participate, okay, we sent a form to you all. Okay, have you all received that form? Okay, yes or no? Otherwise, I'm sending the form again here. Okay, just mention in the notes. Okay, उसमें एक notes comment section भी add कर दो. Okay, that you just want to participate, and if somebody wants to recite Poonam ji, okay, you have to recite compulsory if you're free. Okay, I do not know you may have of your other this
That
thing.
would be my privilege, sir.
Yeah.
That's your order for me, and I have to follow it, sir.
Thank you. The thing is, we have sent the book to everybody. That is the abridged version released by Tirupati Devasthanam. Okay. But if you want to recite, say, the 8th Anuvad, okay, or whatever, Atma Vandana ji might be busy with her puja. Okay, I do not know. But I will not be available because hopefully, let's assume I get the entry in the temple. They say 15-kilometer it is. You will have to walk for 15 kilometers. And for me, that is the toughest challenge, okay, with my plate in my leg. So, Lord tests us, okay. So I just went and I bought Madhiwala also. I'm always in search of ointments for my pain, liniments and ointments. Madhiwala gives little relief, but take. So we'll have our hosts Arpita and Lipi managing the session along with office team. Okay. So if you're not joining, please do let us know, fill that form. Okay. Because if you all are busy with something else, then it's no use pushing my team to do this. Are you all understanding, everybody? So put a column called participate. Okay. So some of you would want to read it. Some of you would want to participate only by hearing it. But the book I have shared it, you all can read it simultaneously with everybody. Okay. Long back in spirituality, I learned when you do any mantra, stotra rather, okay, or a parayan alone, okay, it has one power. When several people do it together, okay, it has the power multiplies. Like what I used to do, and today evening also I did the same. Okay. Every evening, 7 o'clock, Vishnu Sahasranam, with Sri 𝐾𝐸𝐿. Okay, so around 120 people, they join, 7 p.m. We do it, whatever. So it is people reciting it together, but then it is muted. Actually, it should be everybody's voice coming together. That's the ideal thing. But it becomes difficult to, unmute people. Then somebody will say, "Arey, khana nahi mila," okay, or I'll shout at the Chunnumunus. Okay, I'll call them kutta. The problem is, kutte ko kutta nahi bulayega, to kya bulayega? That is the problem. But I tease them quite a lot. Okay, so anyway, joking, ladies and gentlemen, let's have our dear Atma Vandana ji. You have won the hearts of everybody. Yeah. Okay, with your Anuvad. Okay. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., 6:45, please be present. At 7 p.m., somebody from Brazil has requested. So we will start at 6:45. She's going to send me a document which will be emailed, okay, to everybody. Okay. So wo will be emailed. Send it also what I request Atma Vandana ji, send it to admin, you know whom I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay. That it needs to be emailed to all these people. Okay. And with clear-cut instructions, what are you going to do? What are you going to teach? So she will create an ad. She'll also email it to everybody, and everybody can do it.
So
ठीक है?
time for half an hour, 1 hour. What is the time?
नहीं, वो जितना सीखने को लगे, tomorrow we'll concentrate on that.
ठीक है.
Okay, 7 p.m. Or if everybody feels 8 p.m., we do 8 p.m. proper so that people reach from office. What do you all say, 7 or 8 p.m., whatever? How long do you think so it will take us for master, roughly? Just that 1 minute of rough. I know it is a stupid
So
question.
half an hour, 45 minutes you need, sir.
Half an hour, 45 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, quickly everybody is unmuted. 7 p.m. or 8
So
p.m.?
please 8. So please 8.
8.
8 will be good, sir. 8 will be
8
good
PM,
for
sir.
everybody.
8 is also fine.
So 8 p.m. mean this thing, Atma Vandana ji teaching us the 8th Anuvad. 8th Anuvad, am I right?
8th Anuak at 8 PM.
Done. I had one of 8 पे 8 free. The people will come. नहीं तो लोग आता नहीं आजकल जब तक free नहीं बोलेगा, nobody joins your classes. Okay, I have to give something free. Okay, chalo. 8 by 8. Unfortunately, there's an 8 p.m. whiskey also. I think so. Huh? लोग सोचेगा whiskey का है. ठीक है, no problem. So 8 p.m. ladies and gentlemen, Sita, are you happy now? Okay, we change it for you. Okay. Sita ji.
Super happy. Super happy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Koti pranam.
You remind me of my favorite actress, Made in Manhattan, Jennifer Lopez. Sita is an old student, so I can make fun of her. So, any which ways. So, but yes, that movie is it shows her innocence. It's a very beautiful movie, Made in Manhattan. I always like the underdog movies. Underdog. Any which ways. Atma Vandana ji will start.
Yes,
All
sir.
yours. Please, yours.
Shivaraja Maheshwara Jaya Shankara Shiva Shambho Shambho Jaya Shankara Shiva Shambho Shivaraja Maheshwara Jaya Shankara Shiva Shambho 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 जय शंकर शिव शंभो नटराजा महेश्वर जय शंकर शिव शंभो हर हर शिव जय जय शिव हर हर शिव शंभो जटराजा महेश्वर जय शंकर शिव शंभो 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 जय शंकर शिव शंभो ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमो ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय नमः ओम शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शंभो शंकर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय शंभो शंकर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय शंभो शंकर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय अरुणाचल शिव नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय शंभो शंकर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय अरुणाचल शिव नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय शंभो शंकर नमः शिवाय गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय Thank you. I hope my guitar was audible this time.
Yes, little bit, but
Little bit.
yeah, little bit it was audible. But I think we got too engrossed with your voice.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, it was little bit audible. But honestly, I got too engrossed. I think many of us over here too got engrossed with your feelings more. Okay. So thank you so much, Atma Vandana ji. You will have to be
Thank you.
the host tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay.
Office will coordinate. But I'm always just a phone call away. You have my number. Okay. So feel free to this thing. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, everybody. I hope to see you all. Kindly fill up the form so that we know what to prepare and how to prepare. All right, everybody? Thank you. Thank you.